First-year head coach Jeff Jones. One thing he is not is mustachioed, much to the chagrin of the Rowdy Rams. However, one thing he is a proven winner. Trying to put ODU back on track after a very difficult season last year. And there is Shaka Smart. And this place jumping, Brooksbury, as we get ready to start. And there are your starting lineups for ODU. It's Baycoat, Palmore, Batten, Taylor, and Ross. Old Dominion will not go deep today. Those five will need to be pivotal. And for VCU, Weber, Brandenburg, Graham, Reddick, and for the fourth consecutive game, Mo Alley Cox, the freshman.
And John, let's really watch the point guard play of ODU here early. Can they handle the pressure of this environment?
ODU will take the opening tap. We are underway. Monarchs in blue, and the Rams debuting some new threads this afternoon. Gold uniforms for the first time today. Terrence Shannon is in uniform, is expected to play today, but still the start for Mo Alley Cox.
High pressure man-to-man defense. First possession for VCU. Let the roll man slip, and Richard Ross is a very active player for ODU.
Slip pass indeed to Richard Ross, the first lead of the game for Old Dominion, but Reddick negates that in a hurry.
And as we said, VCU's going to run. They're also going to post up Reddick in transition. Can't let the big fella get 2 feet in the paint. He'll shoot at a high percentage if you do that.
Baycoat having some trouble briefly with that, and now he will turn it over. Baycoat traveling, and he looked a bit shaky coming up floor there, Brooks. I know you've got a keen eye on that.
I do. Baycoat is the second point guard for ODU. Palmore handles the ball primarily, but both of those two young men have to handle the pressure in this environment.
First minute gone by. This place is jumping at a level we didn't see in the early going against Eastern Kentucky, and that is to be expected. 89th meeting between these two teams. VCU has taken the last 3. Alley Cox had his shot partially blocked, and Old Dominion with a fine defensive stand. Here come the Monarchs up high. Jeff Jones likes those set plays in the half court, and he would like this to be a half court game. Here comes Palmore to the baseline, the jumper down as Palmore with his first bucket.
Very good patience and execution for ODU in that possession.
Brandenburg steps into a contested 3 and misses everything. Quick shot there for the senior guard. Here comes Palmore. Play on, they say. Through some contact, Palmore missed it, but a second chance for ODU. Taken away by Briante Weber.
And already earlier in the game, the referees are letting them play. They haven't called those touch fouls. Maybe the ref heard me. Called a block in that possession, but in a rivalry game like this, I anticipate the refs will really let them play and compete.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that favors the Rams today.
Absolutely. If they don't call the touch fouls, Shaka Smart's going to tell his guys to continue to attack the rim.
Terrence Shannon checks in for the first time. This is Shannon's first appearance in a while. He did not play in the last 3 games.
And also, if they don't call the touch fouls, havoc really comes alive because they'll be all over them in the full court press.
That foul was on Palmore, his first, team first. Here comes Reddick, runs into a double team, and Richard Ross, who led the CAA in blocks last year, gets one there.
Notice ODU is playing a sagging man-to-man defense at this point in the game, really trying to stop the penetration from VCU.
Roller was there. Baycoat missed him. Now Palmore bringing it in. And the Rams will clean up the miss. And a dangerous pass the other direction. And in fact, that was a bit too risky.
In our conversations with Shaka Smart, he's really harped on the fact that his guys are trying to throw too many home run passes. He wants to see Weber hit singles and doubles and get the easy assist, not trying to thread the needle for a tough one in transition.
And that's actually not your metaphor. That was the one that Shaka used himself. Here's a home run pass, however, and a two-handed stuff for Denzel Taylor.
And that's a way to handle the press right there. Good passing, head up, good awareness. Taylor finishing at the other end.
Slow start once again for VCU. Nearly 3 minutes in. Travion Graham, that stabilizing force, and he gets his first 2.
And we've seen Graham this year score in so many different ways. Off the dribble, spotting up. He hit that unbelievable shot against the University of Virginia to put their lights out. See if he can do the same today. He is one of the best players in the Atlantic 10.
Monarchs broke the pressure in transition easily. Graham has scored in double digits in each of VCU's first 9 games this year. And Terrence Shannon with the steal. And unable to convert VCU. However, will stay on this end.
To this point in the game, Jeff Jones has got to be happy with the way his team has come out. The arena was alive when we came on the air, and to be up by 2 at this point shows that they've showed some maturity and some patience on offense, and they're taking care of the basketball.
Rams trailing by a pair. In comes Reddick. That was a nifty finish, and Javante pumping him up as he goes to the line.
He's so talented. He's done different things this year as far as scoring from the outside and inside. Shaka Smart would love to see him be more assertive against Eastern Kentucky. He was a non-factor in that basketball game, but we've seen him take the ball to the basket strong multiple times already today.
Just 7 points against the Colonels. Drew the foul on Richard Ross. Reddick's free throw woes continue, however. Shooting under 50% at the stripe this year. Shot 71% last year. We're square, nearly 4 minutes gone by.
Melvin Johnson checking into the game for VCU. He's been a Vinnie Johnson, a microwave-type player that really electrifies the offense when he comes in shooting the basketball.
Baycoat feeding down to the block for Ibando off the ODU bench. Didn't like the look, and the Monarchs will reset. Just 5 on the shot clock. Palmore's got to hurry into traffic from underneath, and he got that down.
Beautiful penetration in that possession. VCU is taking away Baycoat, putting Briante Weber, their best defender, on him. Other players have to step up. Palmore showing he's up for the task already.
Palmore under the radar last year. In flash Reddick to once again even the ledger. Rams picking up the pace and the intensity. Monarchs get it to the middle of the floor and get it to the front court. 8 apiece.
Excuse me, John. They got the ball to the middle of the press, that possession. That's the best way to beat VCU's full court press.
And it's Palmore one more time. As I was about to say, Conference USA. Mr. Palmore is one of their 16 players to watch coming into this season. He's been fun to watch thus far. Slow start for VCU. Got it even with this Reddick field goal. However, it's ODU early by a pair.
VCU on a run until Jaquan Lewis loses his footing. It leads to this cozy make, and look at him cozy up, create that contact, Brooksbury. He'll be at the foul line when we come back. Eastern Kentucky an opportunity for the 2-point lead. 3:57 to go, and I think it's fair to call this one a whale of a contest here tonight.
It's a possession by possession game. It's going to be fun to watch down the stretch. Jeff Neubauer already putting his 4 guys back on defense, so they'll be set when VCU comes down to the other end.
VCU has not overcome more than a 12-point deficit this year. They trailed by 14 in the first half. They overcame an early 12-point hole at Belmont. Kicked right behind these Eastern Kentucky Colonels in the Ohio Valley Conference. Cozy at the foul line, one of the nation's best. And he misses. Cozy, a 93% foul shooter. Inopportune time for a rare miss. 1-point game. Graham into the corner. Johnson with that runner. Way too much on it. All oxygen. That was Johnson's bread and butter as a freshman last year. He called it the Johnson floater.
A little too strong on that one there.
That one floating through space. Weber nearly able to save that off the sideline, disrupting this possession for Eastern Kentucky. 3:29 to go, 1-point lead for the Colonels. Jeff Neubauer trying to come on the road and pick up a signature win for his program. Backdoor cut is Stutz, but the recovery by Weber and the steal.
How about
Weber nearly lost it. Brooksari coming up floor, got it back.
We talked about held defense earlier in the game. Weber went from outside the paint to help position in a flash and had those active hands ready to steal the ball.
Stutz thought he was all alone. Graham slithering in, and he'll buy this round. Lead back to VCU.
And on the other end, Eastern Kentucky a little late getting there.
Foul comes as well. The foul will put Graham at the line. VCU by 1, an opportunity for 2.
And I beg your pardon, Stutz was actually in very good position, but got off the ground. He needs to keep those feet set and just build a wall and make Graham shoot over top.
Foul was on Stutz. Travion Graham makes the free throw. His 14th point of the night makes it a 2-point lead for the Rams. Under 3 to play, and a careless turnover here. Travion Graham pleading his case for the official. He didn't need to. VCU was already going to get that call. Rams trying to take control. Deontay Weber with Walden riding shotgun. Here he comes, and Williams reached in. Orlando Williams will send Weber to the foul line. Very important to note, however, just the 8th team foul for Eastern Kentucky, and VCU just 6 of 12 at the line here tonight.
And Weber
trying to come by, as you see here, Brooks, and somewhat of a touch foul out high.
Heady play by Weber. The floor was spread, and he attacked the paint. The referees have been calling this touch fouls. He's got to convert at the other end.
Huge free throw miss for Weber. Eastern Kentucky with it. They trail by just 2. 2.5 to go. Brandenburg shadowing Cozy, and Reddick will foul Cozy, and that will put Eastern Kentucky into the bonus.
And that's a consistent call. They've called that hedge all night. If the defender gets too physical and hits the ball handler, they've been calling that foul. It's a good call by the referee. Heady play by Eastern Kentucky to attack that ball screen hard and draw the foul.
Cozy just missed one. Again, a 93% foul shooter. And he gets the first to make it a 1-point game. Once again, the Colonels fall back off the foul line. Not expecting Cozy to miss. And indeed, he gets them both. We're even again, 2:20 to play. Deontay Weber, dangerous pass taken away. Lewis, one-handed flush. And a big turnover in the open floor. VCU giving it up to Eastern Kentucky, and Shaka Smart furious with Travion Graham.
And Travion Graham not being aware of the basketball play right there. He's got to come and meet the basketball. He didn't give enough effort to pursue that 50-50 ball, and Marcus Lewis took advantage of it and got the flush at the other end.
Just when you think one team is grabbing control of this game, it's the other team that makes back-to-back plays. In this instance, it's Eastern Kentucky. They lead by 2 with 2:10 to go.
You're exactly right, John. Eastern Kentucky getting sloppy against the press, turning it over. Weber getting a foul at the other end. VCU not taking care of the ball, resulting in an easy bucket for Eastern Kentucky. Who wants this game? Who can execute and really step up and make the plays down the stretch to get the victory?
We're going to find out over the final 2:10. VCU has the ball, trailing by 2. The reset, both teams in the single bonus right now. Eastern Kentucky has committed 8 fouls. VCU has committed 7. The possession arrow favors VCU. No Ram with more than 3 fouls. Javonte Reddick is the lone Ram with 3. Terrius Johnson of Eastern Kentucky has 4 and plays with those 4. Deontay Weber curling in, kicking corner. Melvin Johnson, not this time.
They got the shot they wanted. Melvin Johnson with his feet set in the corner. Wonderful block out by Corey Walden to give them one opportunity that possession.
Melvin Johnson still shaking his head in frustration back on the defensive end. Big opportunity for Eastern Kentucky. Cozy backing it off.
He's got the mismatch here, John. He's going to take advantage of him going against Reddick.
Devontae Reddick's out there with Cozy. Fouls as good as a bucket. Cozy's automatic at the line, blows past eventually, kicks outside. Walden misses everything, and the Rams have the rebound.
That was quite an opportunity for Eastern Kentucky to put a dagger in him here late.
A lot of our game clock evaporated on that full shot clock possession. 2-point lead. Johnson coming in. Spin! And the high finish to tie us back up again.
Tough shot for the sophomore. Big time play.
Got to admire his willingness to take it on his shoulders again. Brandenburg pokes that one out of bounds. It'll stay with Eastern Kentucky. I was about to say, as you see Johnson eventually getting the look and taking it in here on the drive after he had just missed that shot from the corner. Big-time players, Brooks, want the ball in big-time moments.
You're exactly right, and Shaka Smart has applauded him all year for his talent and his guts, and it's coming through late here in the game.
Cozy's a big-time player, but he gives it up momentarily. Darius Johnson hits the ball screen, stunts. Shot clock eroding quickly. Down to 5, and now 3. Cozy looking around with 1. Gets it up, misses everything. Shot clock violation with 24.5 seconds remaining.
VCU with the effort. The way they played that ball screen was magnificent, not letting Cozy break free. Eastern Kentucky had the ball in the hands of their best player trying to execute, but VCU came out on top with good half-court defense.
24 seconds to go. Shaka Smart calls the timeout. He wants to set up the final play here, an opportunity to win it. The Rams will have this as the Rams frazzle Cozy. And he gets that shot up. It would have counted, but it was well off the mark. And Brooks, I mentioned going to the halftime intermission that the Rams never hold for the last shot of the half. They did it in the first half, and they're going to do it again here. Who are you looking for and why?
It's almost the ideal scenario before halftime, but they played the University of Virginia earlier in the year, and they ran a high double ball screen and hit Travion Graham as a pick and pop situation, and Graham put a dagger in the Cavaliers. I wouldn't be surprised to see the same situation. But in that set, John, you'll have 2 shooters in the corner. We've seen that corner jump shot a lot tonight as well.
Rams with 12 three-point makes. They have been much cooler, however, in this second half. Now 12 of 28 for the game from outside. We'll see which personnel package VCU deploys. Have a pretty good idea that Jeff Neubauer will be going with his 5 regulars who have each played hefty minutes here tonight.
Sometimes a head coach will switch defenses in this scenario. I predict that Eastern Kentucky sticks with that active man-to-man defense. But look for that high ball screen for VCU and look for those shooters to be in the corners.
Weber, Graham, Johnson, Brandenburg, Reddick is your answer. Graham is going to inbound to Weber. Eastern Kentucky is going to wait at the half court. Don't want to give up anything easy on a press breaker. And Weber slips it into drive. Met across the timeline by Walden. Weber looking around. Gives it up to Graham, under 10. Graham's going to wait for the opportunity to win it.
Isolation.
Here comes Travion. Straight on, he got stripped down low. Eastern Kentucky with the heave, and he nearly got it. We're going to overtime. Rams did not get the final say in the end. Walden very nearly broke the hearts of the folks here in Richmond, Virginia, as he nearly drained it from half court.
It's like Duke Butler in the national championship.
What a fantastic game we have gotten tonight. VCU and Eastern Kentucky all even at 66. Here comes Graham. How about the steal by Walden? We've seen so many reach-in fouls. Very close there, you have to imagine, to putting Graham at the line to try to win it with foul shots. Jeff Neubauer, you have to love his energy. Yeah. He was going bananas.
Well, when Graham turned the corner, I thought they had a really good opportunity. I thought he was going to get a good look, but kudos to Corey Walden for those active hands and just slicing it right out.